Hi guys, this is Miss Sam from the Ashboro Public Library Children's Room, and today we have a story time all about unicorns. It's the first in our summer reading story time series, All Imagine Your Story Times. And we're going to be doing them every Tuesday at 10 a.m. First, I'd like to point out that we do have our summer reading going on, so if you haven't registered yet, you can go to randolphlibrary.org/summer. I'll put the link in the description of the story time today on our YouTube channel as well as on Facebook, so that you're able to click on it and head over to register. If you'd like to register in person, we actually have registration bags sitting outside the library entrance. The bags are there during our opening hours or during our operating hours from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. We also have outside our craft bags for the week, which go along with this unicorn story time today. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what's inside the craft bags before we get started. So our craft bags are unicorn themed or dragon themed. Our crafts will all come in a white paper bag like this, and on top of the white paper bag will be clipped an Ashboro Public Library summer reading program. It'll tell you what week we're in. It'll tell you everything that's inside the bag. For this week, we have instructions on how to make a puppet, a brown paper bag, glue stick, and puppet template. We also have a week 1 reading log. So for those of us who don't want to log the reading minutes online, you can fill out a reading log like this one and turn it in each week when you pick up your weekly craft bag. We have a little box sitting outside of the library during operating hours that you can put your reading logs into. We also have a flyer for our Sharon Clark Storyteller program that is this week we're premiering. You'll need to go to this link on vimeo.com. You could type in all those numbers, and it'll ask you for a password. The password is Choctaw Ridge Farm. And this is a great 45-minute program that was made for our libraries. She tells you all kinds of multicultural fairy tales, teaches you how to make a fairy tambourine, plays lovely music, a lot of fun interactive things to do. So those are all the items that are in our weekly craft bag. They are sitting next to our registration bags downstairs right outside of our library from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. And here is the craft that you can make for this week. I chose to make a unicorn because I wanted to have a unicorn for my unicorn story time today, but you can also make a dragon as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my hand in the puppet, make my unicorn go. Actually, it's a Pegasus because it has wings, right? It's got wings and a pretty tail. I colored her pink. And I think I'm gonna name her Gloria. Gloria the unicorn. It sounds pretty great, right? All right, Gloria, you're gonna sit right next to me during story time. So first we're gonna get ready for story time by singing Are You Listening? So we're gonna point to our ears and we're gonna ask each other, are you listening? Are you listening? Yes, I am. Now it's time for story time. Now it's time for story time. Yes, it is. Are you listening? Are you listening? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Now it's time for story time. Now it's time for story time. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Great job. Today, our first book is Kevin the Unicorn. It's Not All Rainbows. It's Not All Rainbows. This is a book by Jessica Von Innerbrenner. And this is being read thanks to Penguin. It's Dial Books for Young Readers. It's an imprint of Penguin Random House. So thank you so much for allowing us to read this. All right. Everyone knows unicorns are perfect. They bring glitter and happiness to everything around them. Their smiles alone make rainbows appear. Everyone knows that about unicorns. When you're a unicorn, every day is filled with magical awesomeness. Oh, there's a lot of magical awesomeness happening on this page. There's the boom box, there's dancing donuts, unicorns with fanny packs, they're riding rainbows, and they've got cupcakes everywhere. That's some awesomeness. That is how it was for Kevin. That's Kevin the unicorn. Until the morning he woke up on the floor. Kevin woke up on the floor. This had never happened before. Something felt different. Looks like he's having a bad hair day. He's brushing his hair, blow drying his hair, putting in super perfect hairspray. But something was different, and Kevin knew just what to do. Keep it happy, he reminded himself. Keep it happy. Always remember to smile. Always be happy. That's the unicorn way. And everything, all of his family albums, they say, unicorn starts with you. Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle. Sparkle more. Make it happy. There's Kevin. With an extra big smile, Kevin set out for a glittery, fantastic day. And here he is, driving along in his unicorn car on the corner of Cheerful and Upbeat. Sure, his day had started off on the wrong hoof, but Kevin was positive he could turn it around. Be positive, be happy. However, things did not go as planned. It looks as if his car that runs on rainbows went from full all the way to empty. And his car stalled, one of the wheels fell off, and now it's storming right on his head. Well, by the time he got to town, Kevin felt a little frazzled. He'd never had less than perfect morning. Keep it happy, Kevin told himself. Maybe a glitter soda would get his day back on track. And it looks like here's directions to the soda shack. Soda shack's way up there. And what does that look like? A very long line. The line was so long, but Kevin was sure it would move quickly. It didn't, though. So he waited for a very long time for his glitter soda. And by the time he got to the front, they were all out of glitter soda. Whew, keep it happy, he said to himself. And the friend who works at the glitter shack says, hey friend, don't worry. I'm gonna set you up with a free clam juice. Oh, have a sparkly day. Okay, have a happy day. Kevin's kept a smile on his face, even though his insides didn't feel smiley at all. And all the signs all around him say, what a happy day. Got smiles? Always be a happycorn. Until bump, sploosh. Oh no, Kevin's got clam juice all over him. His friend says, oh, sorry, are you okay? And Kevin says, totally, feeling happy and fantastic, just like always. Who doesn't want to smell like the ocean? Now he's got clam juice all over him. And what animal's perking up all around him? Ooh, I see some very happy birds. Kevin continued on his way. And Kevin went about his day going to the city park. He's passing by the 84th annual Pancakes for Happiness spree. And I think he tips over that table and gets syrup all over him. Syrup is very sticky, he says. And then he runs through the cupcake bake-off trying to get away from the birds. They're chasing him and chasing him. He finally makes it through the party pit, but he's got syrup in his hair, and he's got pancakes all over, and he's got cupcakes all over. He's running through Andrew's birthday, and he ruins the birthday cake. Oh, he's getting chased by puppies now in the park, and these puppies are so cute, but they're just racing after him. Oh gosh, poor Kevin. He looks exhausted. And finally, Kevin could no longer hide what he was really feeling. Today is not awesome or fantastic, and it's definitely not sparkly. It's horrible. This is a really horrible, lousy, awful day. Poor Kevin. And it looks like all of the unicorns around him turn around to look at Kevin. And Kevin expects to feel quite alone, but it looks like the unicorns around him are agreeing. This unicorn says, I'm having a bad day too. This unicorn says, there's clam juice on my favorite shirt. And this one says, this has been stuck on my horn for a week and I've been pretending it's not there. And this one says, there's glitter in my eye. And this one says, there's glitter in both my eyes. Looks like some of the unicorns have had bad days too. It turns out unicorns don't always have to have perfect, magical days. And that's okay. Sometimes it's okay to not have a perfect, magical day. It's very okay to feel exactly how you're feeling when you're feeling it. And that's Kevin the Unicorn. It's not all rainbows. All right, now we're gonna sing a unicorn song. It's called I've Been Looking for a Unicorn All the Livelong Day. I've been looking for a unicorn all the livelong day. I've been looking for a unicorn just to pass the time away. Can't you see the unicorn's horn peeking behind the tree? I can see the unicorn's horn. Can the unicorn see me? Good job, here we go. I've been looking for a unicorn all the livelong day. I've been looking for a unicorn just to pass the time away. Can't you see the unicorn's horn peeking behind the tree? I can see the unicorn's horn. Can the unicorn see me? Good job. For Unicorn Storytime, we're reading Not Quite Narwhal by Jessie Seema. Not Quite Narwhal. And this book is read with permission by Simon & Schuster Books for young readers. Kelp was born deep in the ocean. There's kelp. Wonder what kind of animal kelp is. He knew early on that he was different from the other narwhals. It's a narwhal right there. The unicorn of the sea. His tusk wasn't as long as everyone else's, and he had different tastes in food. And he wasn't a very good swimmer. Oh, little feet kicking around. But his friends didn't seem to mind, so Kelp decided he wouldn't either. That is, until he was swept away by a strong current. Ooh, it took him way out to sea. And Kelp says, I wish I were a better swimmer. Kelp found himself at the surface, closer to land than he'd ever been before. High up on a cliff, he spotted a mysterious, sparkling creature. It looked so familiar, it looked like kelp. What kind of animal do you think kelp is? Kelp swam toward land as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that he could catch up with the creature that looked just like him. When he finally reached the shore, Kelp felt a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous, a little bit scared. He'd never left the ocean. He was nervous about walking for the first time, but the land creatures made it look easy. What land creature is going to make it look easy? The crab? It's got a lot of feet. So he tries to walk like a crab. Nope, that's not it. So he tries to walk like a frog. That's not right. So he tries to walk like a turtle. Eventually, he got the hang of it. Everything on land was strange and beautiful, but also kind of scary. Kelp began to think he might never find the creature that looked just like him. But as he stumbled out of the forest, beautiful land narwhals! And one of the land narwhals says, "Actually, we're unicorns. And by the looks of it, so are you." Oh, that's where unicorns live. Kelp had never heard of unicorns before. They taught him all sorts of new things about his tusk. The unicorn says, "We call them horns." They introduced him to unicorn delicacies. Looks like snow cones. And they showed him how to gallop. There was no doubt that Kelp was, in fact, a unicorn. He was having so much fun that he didn't want to leave. But then he remembered all of his friends under the sea. Kelp missed them terribly. So he said goodbye to the unicorns and returned to the ocean. And all the unicorns say, "Come back soon." Kelp swam toward home as fast as he could, which wasn't very fast at all, hoping that narwhals would still like him now that he was a unicorn. When he finally arrived, Kelp had butterflies in his stomach. "Kelp," the narwhals say, "welcome home." Kelp took a deep breath and told his friends the news. "It turns out I'm not a narwhal." And the narwhals said, "Of course you're not." And Kelp said, "I'm a unicorn." And the narwhal said, "Well, yeah, we all knew that." They took it quite well. Kelp was happy to be home, but now that he'd experienced life on land with the unicorns, he couldn't seem to forget them. Just thinking about life on land. Did he want to be a land narwhal with the unicorns, or a sea unicorn with the narwhals? Kelp couldn't decide. But then he realized that maybe, just maybe, he didn't have to choose. There's all of the land narwhals, or the unicorns, and the sea unicorns, or the narwhals, all hanging out together, having a great time. There's happy little Kelp, living in both worlds. He didn't have to decide. Everyone could get along. And here's a rhino at the very end saying, "I'm a unicorn." And Kelp saying, "I hate to break it to you. Not quite narwhal." And now I'd like to introduce you to Lucy the unicorn. Here's my little Lucy the unicorn. And she's got a lovely horn. And it changes color depending on the food that she eats. So we're going to see all the different colors that Lucy's horn can turn. And maybe you could tell me at home some of the foods that Lucy would have eaten in order to turn her horn that color. So let's see. How about this one? "My name is Lucy Unicorn, and I have a pretty horn. It changes colors magically, matching all the food I eat." What color horn is this? That's That's right, orange. It's an orange horn. And what kind of food would Lucy have eaten in order to turn her horn orange? Can you think of anything? Thinking of a food that is crunchy and slightly sweet and somewhat shaped like a horn. A carrot, that's right. Can you think of anything else? Something round, something you see during Halloween time in the fall. A pumpkin, that's right. Let's see what else Lucy's been eating. My name is Lucy Unicorn, and I have a pretty horn. It changes colors magically, matching all the food I eat. And what color horn does Lucy have today? Lucy has a red horn. And let's see, what kind of food would Lucy have been eating in order to turn her horn red? I'm thinking of maybe a berry, perhaps a strawberry. That would be a good red food. Any other red foods that you can think of? Maybe other berries, raspberries. Good job. Let's see what else Miss Lucy has been eating. My name is Lucy Unicorn, and I have a pretty horn. It changes colors magically, matching all the food I eat. So now we have a purple horn on Lucy Unicorn. Looks gorgeous. So what purple food would Lucy have eaten to make her horn purple? What do you think? Maybe something that comes in a bunch? Something that's small and round? Perhaps some grapes? And what about a vegetable? A vegetable that's purple. Do you know what an eggplant is? Do you eat eggplant at home? That's a purple vegetable. All right, let's see. What have you eaten lately, Miss Lucy? My name is Lucy Unicorn, and I have a pretty horn. It changes colors magically, matching all the food I eat. Now, what color is her horn? Now it's green. Some green foods. What kind of green foods can you think of that Lucy may have eaten? Perhaps some zucchini. Perhaps some delicious celery. Alrighty, now her horn's gonna change one last time. My name is Lucy Unicorn. See if you could say it with me this time. All this rhymes. My name is Lucy Unicorn, and I have a pretty horn. It changes colors magically depending on the food I eat. Right, you see all the different colors in her horn this time? Looks like a rainbow colored horn. What do you think Lucy would have eaten that would have made her horn turn rainbow? Maybe a lollipop with all the colors? Or rainbow cotton candy? Or a cupcake with rainbow frosting? Or an actual rainbow? Do you think Lucy ate an actual rainbow? I think unicorns could probably eat rainbows. And we say bye to Lucy. Bye, Lucy. Thank you so much for joining me for my unicorn story time today. Gloria says bye, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Be sure to log your minutes for this week. Be sure to report to a night, the green night, or the red night, or the yellow night. And we'll be doing updates to see which night is in the lead this week. And we hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you for sticking around on Friday. Bye, have a good week.